Good morning, y'all. No fans. It's only like 77 degrees. I'm so happy. But I haven't taken Buddy out for a walk, and I just wanted to say I'm going to attempt to put this video together today and give y'all an update on everything that's happening. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm back. So we did it. It's just a little short walk. Well, it's really the biggest walk I can make. And so we go down. We go all over the campground. This end of it. I can't go all over it. So I decided to bring you outside. Why is it only 77 degrees? Because it's not 7 a.m. yet. And I had to get a little coffee in me, and I'm still working on that. So I'll probably sound a little, because it's dry. Yay. Yay. I went to redo my hair and for the morning and or for the day. And static is back. So yay. It's always something. So here I got news, and I will put in there that we need prayers for Dee. A few days ago, she was doing something she shouldn't have been doing, and she actually has a compression fracture in her lumbar. And she called Bob, texted Bob, help. And of course he went over right away, and ended up having to call an ambulance, take her to the hospital. Sorry, natty bugs. Squirrel. And so they took her to, he took her, or they took her to the hospital, and it took them, it was over the weekend, so it must have been, I think it was on Thursday when they took her. And I was waiting till I heard more about what was going on before I got on here. And now she is in a rehab in Tucson, Arizona, about 120 miles from here. And so she has got to, she had her eye surgery. She was already recovering from the eye surgery. She has to recover from a compression fracture. Very painful. She's trying to build out a van and get solar panels and doing all the things that we do just to survive in a day. And it's quite a juggling act, because it's been in the hundreds still. The nights are cooling off, which is nice. And so this is the first morning in weeks that I actually turned the fans off and could come outside and do this too. I was, let's see, no, you can't see it. I was going to show you the moon, because full moon, it's going down as the sun's coming up, but it's so light in the sky you can't see it. But you can see Buddy. Here, let me see if I can. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Say, hey, Buddy. Hey, Buddy. That's my good dog. So I have been able to take him with us to have breakfast at the little, it's called Granny's Kitchen. And I found out who Granny was yesterday. And she's a local. And really good food. Me and Bob went and had breakfast yesterday. And we kind of do that on Sunday mornings. Which brings me to Squirrel Sabbath. And according to what I read in the Bible, in my Bible and the many versions that I keep accumulating, they all say the same thing. Evening and morning were the first day. And, you know, so that's when I celebrate it. And I have been celebrating it. It was something, it kind of came, as it turns out, things come easily to me. If the Bible says that that's what it is, and I can research it and find it there, then I kind of go with it. So, Squirrel, there's so much going on out there. And people arguing and trying to decide what is and what isn't. And The 3 days of darkness thing. I don't know. I don't know. Could be. Then there's a financial crash anticipated. Actually, they say that it's already happening here in America, but when you're poor, you don't notice so much. Where you notice is when you go buy groceries. And I don't do that very often either. I only when necessary, about once a week. There was 2 or 3 weeks there where I didn't even drive my truck, and even go down to the office. I was letting other people were doing it, so I was like, if I got an email, just bring it to me. And so anyway, there's oh, I have to tell you, we have brothers and sisters that are in the fires. Apparently, there's up in Oregon, and they're at risk. They're packed up and ready to evacuate. Now it's been a couple of days. Let's see. The last time I made that video about old school. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. The heat affects me really badly. I spend the morning kind of getting done what needs to be done to survive, making sure solar panels are in place. There's a couple of mornings I've had to pick up after the storms the night before because I'm not going to get out in the dark. Haven't had any snakes. Always looking over my shoulder just in case they come climbing up out of the, not the swamp, but the wash. So I've had a total of 3. There was the Diamondback was first, and then I had a young Mojave Green, the one that chased me. And then there was another adult that was like right at my watering station there. And Bob, oh, Squirrel, Bob is healing, doing much better. We are making plans to go into town and get us a, I don't know what they call it, but it's a card so that we can go into Mexico. Actually, we could go into Mexico all we want. It's getting back. So it's the card that would say we're American citizens and we want to go home now. So that's part of his recovery because he needs some medicines. And that's, we found out you can get them down in Mexico. Like without a prescription kind of thing. Oh, squirrel. Monday morning squirrels. I found out through Pete. Pete came back. Pete had moved over to another place. Oh, and Dan's still in a motel. And as far as I know, he comes over to the library and hangs out in the air conditioning and hang out with friends. So apparently he's doing that good. And so anyway, Pete was telling us about creosote, which is everywhere. Is the green bushes with little tiny yellow flowers. And the medicinal properties. Wow. It's also known as chaparral. So you can research it. And I mean, it's got amazing properties to it. You can make it into a tea or a tincture or ointments and use it. It's antibacterial. Guess what? It removes heavy metals. Actually, and I'll say it because, you know, I'm not a doctor, obviously, but they say that it actually can cure cancer because of its, just because of the different properties in it. And I don't know enough about it, but I know this. I'm going to make me some. I'm going to make mine 2 different ways. I'm going to make an oil, like an ointment with coconut oil, and you put the leaves in there and then cover it with the coconut oil and just sit it in the sun for 2 or 3 days. And it draws out all that good stuff. And you can also make it into a tea. It's good for like bronchitis. I remember that one because I tend to get bronchitis when I get like a virus kind of thing. It does amazing stuff. Like I say, you can research it. And I live in a forest of chaparral. So if anybody wants to try it, let me know. And I'll try to get on that, which, squirrel, I haven't gotten on the email list. Well, actually, the old school list. And I got really some lovely emails. I apologize, I've not emailed you back. Part of it is, yes, the heat affects my computer and my phone. Then I had the squirrel, the problem with everything was overloaded. Well, it turns out my computer saves things in like 3 different places, and it was easy to clean up my phone. The computer took a little more effort, and I did take the time to do that. And then as soon as I shut it down, I realized, oh, I've missed some files that it's saving in there and I'm afraid it's the ones in the iMovie. So I'd need to delete them. Flies are on me. Yeah. We're still in the monsoon season, squirrel, and oh my goodness, she's all over the place. So yeah, there's that. Me trying to figure out how to clean up my computer, and I need to do that. Oh, y'all, look out. As the weather gets better, I just may get on here more often and start sharing stuff with y'all again. I apologize for being missing in action, but the heat doesn't just affect my computer and my phone. The heat affects me. And so by the time I get done with my morning routine, and I'm usually in a rush to do it. It's 7 o'clock now. I've got till about 10 o'clock before it gets too hot. And I can't be doing stuff then. And I won't push myself because I don't want to get a heat stroke. I don't want to have a heart attack. I have to be careful about what I lift and do because, I'm a yah-yah now. So there's some things that are going to be happening. One is the seal on my transmission is leaking, and Bob's going to fix that for me. We've already bought the seal, and I think he's supposed to do that tomorrow. Bob got me some jack stands as a thank you gift for watching Mona while he was in the hospital. So we're going to jack up my trailer, lift it up, and get the weight off of the tires so it doesn't mess up the tires too bad. And let's see, what else? I got a big thing coming. And I'm so excited as a result from a very generous gift from one of the subscribers that wanted to help me out with the storage issue. And with, yeah, that was the main thing. And the trust that he put in me. And it's been weeks now. But I haven't said anything because it's kind of like, I don't know. I was going to say waiting for Christmas, but we don't really do that anymore. Never did anyway. So it's so we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a major thing. It's going to be big when I show you. You're just going to freak out. I can't wait. So anyway, this is getting really long, and I do have a little edit there where that'll pull out. So that's a few seconds. But for the most part, this is a squirrel update. Monday morning squirrels. Me and Buddy's been doing great. He's still a little freaked out about storms. But we deal with it. And I use lavender. Essential oil really tends to, sorry, flies. Flies and gnatty bugs. Always. And I use lavender for that too. And I didn't do that. I just brought Buddy back, picked up my computer, came out here. So there's that. So y'all pray for Dee. Continue to pray for Bob and me out here in the desert. Yeah, it's still hot. The humidity. I never thought I'd complain about humidity in the desert, but oh my gosh, it literally is suffocating. And sometimes I'm just waiting for the day to end. And then the morning comes, and I've got all my stuff that I need to get done before it gets hot again, and I just kind of go. I actually have been making stuff. Squirrel! Oh my gosh, stop it! I love y'all. I'll talk to you soon. I promise.